we've devised a system to have a payout for each one of our classes, and try to bring back the prestige of being a track champion at Harlan again, and hopefully it's something that resonates to other tracks as well. Maybe we come up with a few things that other people can learn from. And because when I grew up going to the races in the 80s and the 90s, it really, I mean, there was just these weekly battles that you saw in different classes that you showed up specifically to watch these people race each other. And there was a lot of enthusiasm in the stands, and it didn't take a special to capture that. You know what I mean? And so that whole center section of the schedule is really truly devoted to bringing some luster back to being a track champion in general, and certainly at Shelby County Speedway.
That's super cool. Shelby County, I mean, you guys have been known for a long, long time of a long line of good racers, and you have the Tiny Lund Memorial, and a lot of people don't know that that's because of Tiny Lund. That's where he was growing up over there before he went to NASCAR. But you have national champions for however long coming from there. It's something that's just unbelievable, the quality of cars over there at Shelby County Speedway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fortunate to live in an area now that has high quality tracks to go to. That each one of us have certain things going for us, and we're all kind of trying to put it together in this amazing package, and it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of people willing to just give time, as to make all this stuff happen. And it takes a lot of angel donors that are just like, yeah, you can put my name on the board, or you don't have to put my name on the board, but here's a check for a couple $100 or whatever. So it's a grind, but it can be inspiring for sure.
That's super cool. We're excited to come there, and I know a lot of racers in that area are excited to have something in their backyard. We had support from some of them over there anyways. And so it's going to be something that's really, really cool to head over there. And your schedule's something that's really crazy, and I think we'll have a really good turnout over there when the Stock Car Crown Summer Series presented by Mel Hambelton Racing comes over there, not only in April but in October. So we're excited to come over there.
I don't want to overstay my welcome, but I want to touch on our facility improvements for.
Yeah, most certainly.
So as everybody knows, everybody obviously knows we took the track from a half mile to a third, and we did get some things from the I-80 auction that'll be making their way over to our facility, mainly in the safety and seating department. Obviously, one of the things that we need as a facility to continue to grow our fan base and open ourselves up to the ability to have bigger and bigger events, because we do want to, like Jerry is mentioning, we want to have some national tour type events happen in Harlan. And so we've got some grandstands coming from over there that'll be placed in the front straightaway. We'll move some things around. We're gonna add some more seating to the pit side. We got some safety lights we're going to put up that are going to help out. We bought some fencing to improve the fence. Have these big sprint car shows. We're going to improve this fencing, have fencing all the way around. So that's going to happen this season. We're looking to have a kind of a catwalk area that's been there on the facility, just not put up. It's got to get put back up. So that'll kind of help out from the pit side, the viewing there. We're almost done building a all new concession building. So it'll be a new way to enter the facility when you come in there. Thanks to the Petersons for that. That was a big deal that they're working on right now. I'm going to share a picture of the progress of that tomorrow on the Facebook page. We'll have new audio throughout the pits, so we can reach all the drivers throughout the pits with our messaging and announcements. Much better, kind of move some pit shacks around and just have better facilities in the pits as well. So that stuff might not all be ready to go for opening weekend, the Awakening Part 1 and 2, but hopefully early on in the season, as we start the regular season, that stuff will be available to everybody. So that's a big deal. It takes a lot of volunteer hours from everybody else on the team besides me to get all that stuff done.
Yeah, I think you were right, Chris, about you see with I-80 going away, you see everybody maybe re-energizing, and that's a great example of it. Talking to Jerry earlier, he's got some improvements coming. The last couple of weeks or the last couple of shows we've had, I think we mentioned when we came on tonight that those tracks were all changing something. If it's in facilities, schedules, stepping outside their comfort zone to try something. So what a great time to not only be a racer, but just a race fan in the Midwest, because racetracks are doing it. And let's just hope that we can keep racing not only healthy, but make it even stronger than it is in every class. So kudos to you and your team for wanting to really step up. You really are stepping up in this whole deal. So great job.
Yeah. They are committed to putting a go-kart track in the infield too. So that's another thing that's happening over there. I know my little boy's pretty excited about it. He's saving up money. Yesterday morning, day before yesterday, he checks his little piggy bank. It's like a little safe. He opens it up and he's like, "Oh, got enough money." And I'm like, "What do you got enough money for, bud?" And he's like, "Trailer hitch." And I said, "We need a pickup and a trailer." And but yeah, he's going to start out with the trailer hitch, buy that first, and then kind of grow both ends of it, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, the mind of a 5-year-old, right?
That's awesome. And
yeah,
to get him started young is super cool. I can't even say how cool it is. I started my kid we got a go-kart when he was 4 and had to wait till he turned 5 to go roll it off the end of the turkey chase the first weekend he raced it. And all I could think about was, well, is it fixable so we can race tomorrow? And, obviously the go-kart is durable. So the cage kart world was something really cool to get him started in, and just seeing the friendships and racing and everything that happens there is so cool. So,
yeah, I shot the turkey chase. It's the first time I've ever gone. And, man, those are long days shooting that thing, 6,000 images over 3 days. But yeah, those karts, man, and those little kids, they take a beating in those things. It's pretty,
it's crazy because they're intense and they want to win just as bad as the Jonathan Davenport of the world or the Brandon Shepherds of the world. They all want to win. So something pretty crazy there. So
I watched Ryan Gustin with his son there, and you talk about, pressure to perform for your dad. You better get out there and do some miniature reaping.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part. You do see guys like Ryan Gustin, and he's in Lincoln, Nebraska, over at the turkey chase, and that's something that I think he comes to all the time. And he's for Ryan to go win in East Bay, and yet to know that he was racing with his kid in a go-kart not too long ago. I think Ryan himself was racing in the go-kart.
You might have been. I'm not sure. That was at the. He was at the shootout, but
the Nebraska kart shootout over New Year's.
Yeah.
So Chris, we talked earlier a little bit about this, and I told you this was my first time producing the show.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I never pressed go live. So only the last about 9 minutes have been live. So Ron is laughing at us in the background. Luckily, Ron is still with us. We'll bring him back on. Jerry will bring him back on. We're going to turn everybody's hour night into a 2-hour night. So I apologize.
What happened to all that previous stuff? Is it just gone?
Yeah. So I've been trying to message Ryan, our savior and keeper, and he says that I done messed up, Clark.
That's why I sent you that message. I'm like, where can people see this on Facebook? I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah. Well, it's going to happen now. I can see it counting that we've been on for 10 minutes now, even though we've sat here for an hour and 10 minutes. So, yeah, super cool. April 1st, we're going to go to your racetrack, and then also April 1st, and then October 6th and 7th, we'll go back to you here. So, Rob, I can't believe that your producer sucks so bad tonight.
Scott, I think we might have to fire you, man. 0 for 1. I mean, I come back after a month of being gone, and this is what we get. No, Scott,
it's probably your fault.
It's probably my fault. Hey, you live and you learn. So we've had great guests, though, and if we got to have them on again, that's just better for us, too. So
as long as everybody's cool, we're just going to keep going here. We're getting some viewers finally, and may just be an abbreviated version tonight. But, Chris, we talked about some of your cool Daytona stuff that you have there and your NASCAR stuff. Let's talk here while we're finally live on Facebook and YouTube. What's your favorite Daytona moment?
So I'll put, you guys reminded me of this. Everybody loves Dale Earnhardt, right? I never loved Dale Earnhardt. So my favorite Daytona is him blowing a tire on the last lap. That is my favorite Daytona 500. But here's something cool that ties in this track, right? We were talking about the Tiny Lund Memorial, right? And Tiny, he's from Harlan, and that's where that comes from. But he went to Daytona. I think it was, I'll get crucified for saying the wrong year. I think it was around 65, right? He goes down there with like no money, no ride. And he's watching the practice, I believe, for the 24 Hours of Daytona is happening. And the Wood Brothers driver was racing a car in that and flipped and started on fire. And Tiny was there with a couple other guys, and they ran out and pulled him out of the burning car and saved his life. But he was so badly burnt, he couldn't race in the Daytona 500. And they're like, you know what? You want to drive his car? Want to drive the Wood Brothers car? And so he got an opportunity to drive for the Wood Brothers that year. Comes down to a fuel strategy race. They stay out, wins the Daytona 500. So that is part of the legend of Tiny Lund. And he was everything I've read once he got out of Harlan and did his things, was just this character that was very jovial and just made a point to do things for other people. So I might have to move that to my favorite Daytona.
That is something that, is so cool. Tiny Lund of all people from, the cornfields of Iowa anymore. I mean, it's something you don't see. Those guys that are really the grassroots, hardworking people like that made it to the big time and was victorious. So
I'll have to post a link. There's a book that kind of chronicles this. There is a lot more to just Tiny's story about that Harlan area, central Iowa, and NASCAR in the early years, the people from that area that moved out there and really made a name for themselves and were tied into the greats of NASCAR way more than I think a lot of people realize. I'll have to put the link to that book on the Shelby County Speedway Facebook page because it's pretty fascinating.
So you mentioned Shelby County Speedway Facebook page. Obviously, that's where we can go for all of the updates and whereabouts of what's happening coming up here. You guys starting off, like we said, we're going to race with you April 1st, and it just continues to go all the way, October 6th and 7th, we're back there with you guys.
It's a lot. I think 29 nights of racing scheduled. So we'll see if I'm alive in October. I don't know if I'll make it all the way through, but I'll try.
Well, just don't forget to turn off the yellow light or wave the green flag, kind of like I did here on the podcast today. So everything should go good. We're going to keep rolling with it here. Chris, we appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Sorry,
thanks,
sorry we kind of made it go longer to recap what I missed, but We appreciate your time with us.
I'll be back.
All right. We appreciate it, Chris. You're welcome anytime with us. We love having you here. So, again, thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Rob, what in the hell was I doing?
Hey, I don't blame you. I couldn't do it. So thanks for even. Is it just a button you missed or what?
Yeah. Ryan forgot to tell me the important part of you actually have to press the button that says go live. So
blame this on Ryan. Why it's not here, right?
We got to blame it on somebody that I thought I had everything rocking and rolling, man. I told him I'm good. You don't have to worry about us. We're good. So let's try round 2 here again. Rob, hang with me here. I know we're getting in late and schools are closing and whatnot here. Hang with me here a little bit. We're gonna bring Ron on. He's laughing at us right now. We'll bring Ron back on here from Kasuth County. Ron, I'm glad you hung with us here. I can't believe that I'm so bad with technology.
Didn't think I was techno savvy, but I can give you a run now.
Oh man, I cannot believe that. But we're going to bring you back on here. We're going to talk about Kasuth County Speedway. We practiced run once. I guess that was our dry run with nobody watching us. So it was a dress rehearsal here. We all did so well the first time. So
perfect.
Kasuth County Speedway, June 15th, and Algona, 2,000 to win and 200 to start. Ron, earlier when we were, doing so well in our dress rehearsal, we talked about the racetrack and what to expect over there. Again, the Kasuth County Speedway in Algona, home of a Thursday Night Thunder. So excited for Thursday Night Thunder over there.
Absolutely. That's our claim to fame, Thursday Night Thunder. You guys got a hold of us. We're very excited to have the Dirt Crown Series coming. We got a stellar group of stock cars up here. So I'll be excited to see them mix it up with your guys.
Hey, Scott, can you throw on some of those highlights that you had prior there so everyone can see the track? What a fast track. And watching it before on broadcast, Ron, I mean, it's competitive. It's fast. I think our guys are going to love it up there. Super racy. And like you said, some of those names, we talked about them earlier, the Derek Greens, the Kelly Shryrocks, the Chance Hollitzes of the world, and on and on and on. Kelly, Opine. They're just, you got them up there. And up in your area, you're not too far away from anybody, really, as far as racers.
Yeah, up here in North Iowa, like I say, we got you can run 50, 60 miles, and you can race 5 nights a week up here. Like I say, our next door neighbors, Hancock County Speedway, they're going to have the show right after us. We got stock cars that work back and forth. Going to be a great show.
Yeah, we can't wait for it. Being on a Thursday, I think guys can move that around in their schedule, a Thursday, Friday type of show like that. Your night's 2,000 to win. And you've said this earlier, 200 to start's a lot of money for stock car drivers that aren't used to making that. So we're excited for 200 to start. That's great of you to put that up. Obviously, when you combine it with Britt the next night, you're doubling everything up. So here's some highlights here. We're on some yellows right now, but they'll get racing here pretty quick. So, no, Ron, it's been a pleasure to kind of get to know you here. A couple months ago, giving you a call. Maybe it's been many months ago already. We're excited to come up there and hopefully bring some guys from the West along with us when we come up there and let them mix it up with the guys that usually race up in that area too.
Yep, very excited. When I talked with you guys earlier, I was very impressed with your guys' average car count. So we put that amount of cars stock cars on our track, and it's going to be one heck of a show.
Right.
We talked briefly about Kelly Sharrock was one of your track champions, and here we see him with the Smiths and Derek Green, one of our boys from over here in the west side, Casey Woken, running up front in this deal with Randy Brands. This is your salute to Veterans Night, so always a great show, and you can see a packed grandstands over there as well.
Absolutely. Our Salute to Veterans show is one of our premier shows. We turned it into a tour. It now goes through Clay County and then hits Kasuth County Speedway and then ends up down in Boone with a one-day layover. It's turned into a great tour. Like I say, we draw a heck of a crowd of stock cars, and hope we can continue the tradition here and throwing you guys in the mix.
I know we're excited over there. Let's talk a little bit about the Kasuth County Speedway. We can see from these video clips here that it's definitely high, wide, and handsome. Really racy, smooth joint here, it looks like.
Yeah, 4/10 mile speedway. It's typical Iowa black gumbo dirt. 12 to 14 degree banking. Like I say, we keep her smooth, and stock car drivers like it.
And you talked about some of your maintenance guys that you have over there. The guy who's running the blade is so ever important for you guys.
Oh, absolutely. Larry, like I said, when Eisenhower was in, he was instrumental in putting the first interstates through this state. So Larry's my main grader guy. I got Edgar. He's my track help. Couldn't do it without him.
Man.
What's some of your other schedule look like besides that Salute to Veterans and Dirt Crown? When do you start your season? When do you end your season?
Actually, April 27th, we're having our test and tune, and our season opener is May 4th. And of course, June 15th, that's our Dirt Crown. July 27th, that's the Salute to Veterans show. That's our biggie. Get to our fair race. We got August 3rd, our big. We got claim to fame, 6-foot trophies, 1,000 to win in the top 4 classes. And then that August 5th, which is a Saturday, we got the SMLRA late models coming in there. That's going to be a big one. And we finish up our year on August 24th, season championship.
That's a lot
Great
packed in
schedule.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked earlier. One of the cool classes that you have over there is the cruiser class, and a good field. It sounds like 12 to 15 cars in the cruiser class over there.
Yeah, and I got to be careful how I say this. It used to be called the 2-man cruiser. It's the 2-person cruiser because we've got a lot of ladies that are actually the cream of the crop in this thing. So it is the 2-person cruiser. But yeah, they 305. We let them run on all 8 cylinders, and they put on a show.
That's awesome. We're excited to come over there. Cruisers, that's where Rob cut his teeth racing. But other classes that you have over there, you said you had some late models coming over there. I'm sure modifieds and sport mods race over there weekly too.
Yep, we start our lower class. Like I say, we start out with our 2-man cruiser. We got the IMCA Sport Compacts. We got hobby stocks, sport mods, stock cars, and A mods.
Pretty good deal, Scott. What do we bring over? Should we bring a cruiser over? Just while he's talking about cruisers, what do you think?
Well,
you got a truck.
I'm kind of interested in some of these guys. Maybe we have some guys down in the Belleville area. We know Tyler Fry has cut some teeth in a cruiser car. Maybe we could get Tyler or some of those guys to bring some crazy cruisers from the Belleville area over there when we come over there as well. That'd be pretty cool.
Sounds like a challenge. Could have a match race.
There we go. Match race. There we go.
We want to haul cruisers from Salina, Kansas to Algona, Iowa. That'd be interesting, but I don't know. It'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? What the heck?
Cruiser border battle.
Yeah.
Cruiser, but we'd have to jump because they're all from Kansas, so we got to somehow tie in up the river or something.
Yeah. No, that'd be fun. No, Ron, it's going to be a great time. Like we said, Thursday, June 15th, 2,000 to win and $200 to start. And we're tying that in then for the next night at Hancock County Speedway in Britt. You said earlier, 21 miles away. So obviously everyone in your area already knows that that's going to be an easy swing for them. I think we've been getting a lot of cars coming from the Dakotas, Minnesota. I know that's not too far from you. I believe that there's going to be some West guys that are going to see that week, see those 2 nights in a row as something that's achievable for them to come over there. I've actually heard from a couple guys that were high up in our points that they will be there that week on Thursday, Friday, because they can get 2 racetracks that they haven't raced before, and they know the competition, and that's what they want to be there for. So, Ron, I think we're going to bring you some guys from the West as well. I think that'll be a good mix.
I think I'm excited. Like I said, it's going to be a great series. And like I say, we get some new guys in here, and then hopefully they'll want to come and see our Salute to Veterans tour. So a little bit for everybody.
Right.
That Salute to Veterans thing is something so cool. And, man, I can't say enough about how much of a neat thing that is. And hopefully guys do support that. You said that there's 3 or 4 nights in a row that you do that. Is that right?
Absolutely. It starts out at Clay County Speedway. Then at middle of the crown is Kasuth County Speedway because we're the kind of the innovator on this deal. And then we take a night off, and it ends up in the Boone Speedway.
Awesome. And that's the end of July then, right?
July 28th, 29th, and the 31st.
Rob, I don't think we have any races going on then, do we?
No, I don't think so. Have you been a part of that since it started, Ron?
Actually, we started that here at Kasuth County Speedway. It started out as hometown heroes because we figure our hometown heroes between our firemen, our police, sheriff, ambulance drivers, that's what got this thing going. And then we kind of morphed it with the salute to veterans. And each night when we do this, we start the night out and it's lights out. And then the PD, the sheriff, and the fire department all come out with lights on. And it is a show to remember.
Wow.
Oh,
that's awesome.
That's super cool. Rob, I think we need to put that on our schedule just to go over there to see the spectacle that it is, it sounds like.
Awesome show.
Yeah.
So Ron, when we dressed for rehearse this, we forgot to ask you a question. So now that we get a second chance to come back,
here we go.
Let's ask you the Schaller Racing Shocks Shock Cockery question of the week. What is your favorite Daytona moment?
Well, there is no doubt in my mind because I still bleed black blood. I have always been a true Earnhardt fan, and when he finally got his Daytona win, I just about wept. So that was my Daytona moment.
I think that's so many people's, I don't even want to call myself old, but it's like so many people that remember NASCAR for what NASCAR was. Is
absolutely
Dale winning. Chris hated Dale and said that his favorite moment was when he crashed and every time instead of winning. But so many people, I mean, he was a love-hate with Dale Earnhardt at Daytona, the guy who wins so much but only get the win so late in his career.
Correct.
Wasn't that awesome when he pulled up and every single race team come out there on the pit lane and gave him a high five as he drove by? Have you ever seen anything like that? I mean, that's true respect. Love him or hate him.
That was tremendous.
You got to respect him. That's a great memory. That really is
super cool. Well, Ron, we appreciate you hanging out with us here for a little bit extra time, and I promise the next time the producer will do a better job, and we won't keep you late or keep anybody out past curfew or anything like that. But we're damn excited to come to the Kasuth County Speedway. June 15th, 2000 to win, 200 to start with the Stock Car Crown Summer Series presented by Mel Hambelton
awesome.
Mel Hambelton Racing.
We're excited to have you.
We appreciate that, guys. We really do. So we'll get things rocking and rolling on that. So, Ron, thanks again. We'll jump on to our next guest that we've kept waiting here. So again, thank you, Ron.
Hey,
thanks,
care.
Ron. Thanks a bunch.
Rob, I guess we have some really good promoters because not only did they hang out with us for an hour, here we're on 8:29 and we're only 28 minutes into a live show and they're still hanging out with us.
Are they?
Yeah, Jerry's still with us.
Is he really?
Jerry is still with us. So let's bring Jerry Pospisil on here from the Off-Road Speedway. We'll bring him back in here. Jerry, can you believe that I failed at technology again?
Well, you know what? I don't have the first clue what you're doing. In fact, I had to get on my wife's computer because I had all kinds of trouble with mine. So, don't talk technology to me. I'm a pencil and paper guy,
Right? Yeah.
I'm older than dirt. So I don't understand all this stuff here. But you guys put on a good show, and I don't know. I know you probably got, 25 to 30,000 viewers right now? So
yeah, something like that. I think we missed the first hour, and they kind of wonder what the hell we were doing.
Well, we all make mistakes. I know. I'm just going to mention to you, our track is a twin to Mason City, Iowa, when they shortened theirs, and our track is a twin to Shelby. So
that was something that, Chris talked a little bit about there.
Yeah.
The guys from Norfolk being able to run over there and a real similar racetrack surface and really the layout there. So
yeah, we run late models over there, and it's the same identical track. I'm glad they shortened it. I have no idea why Shelby would have any qualms with his customers or fans, because that track before they changed it was just a great big follow the leader. And now when we go over there and race, these and I think their fan base, when we were over there here the last couple of times, their fan base is almost doubled, in my opinion, because of the size of the track, because it makes it more raceable. So, I don't know. Our dirt,
super cool.
Our dirt is just black. It's black gumbo, the same as Shelby's over there. So, the Dirt Crown people who travel, they're not going to be changing a lot of gears between the tracks that you guys lined up, and that's a good thing. So, you guys are going to put on a good show, and you got good people, and you got a good program. I'm impressed. That's why I'm here, and to try to help you guys out. Or I'm impressed with your organization. You've grown a lot, and you've had your battles to fight, and I understand that. And you by far have the best stock car racing in the Midwest as far as quality and numbers and races put on. So, and it shows by the number of tracks you have to support you.
We appreciate that, Jerry. We're just going to show some highlights here and a little bit of video of the racetrack. We talked earlier in the dry rehearsal on this deal, 2, 3, 4 wide, and we're seeing it here. I mean, they're going in the corner. They're 3 wide. How many rows deep here? And a guy that we don't usually see spin out, Mr. Wilkinson, but he got his stuff. He does, and he got his stuff figured out towards the end of the year there. And I think he was maybe your track champion, and somebody that's going to be hard to reckon with when we come back up there on April 8th.
Yeah, he's a tough runner. He runs about 3 or 4 tracks a week. He runs at Columbus, runs at Albion and Norfolk, and then whenever something else comes up, he goes down to I-80 once in a while, or used to. And he is one of the premier race drivers in the area in the stock cars. Like I said, we had several of them. The Milky Boys. TJ is really, really tough. And I don't want to forget everybody either, but there's a lot of them in there. The Pettits are tough. We just got a really good, solid class of top-notch, what I think, stock car drivers, in the area. And one guy don't win every night, So, I mean, it's exciting. It's we're tickled.
Yeah, and we talk about your crowd a little bit. We're seeing standing room only in this deal, and knowing that you guys are bringing in some bleachers for some other shows that you have coming up, and talk a little bit about the weekend after we're there at the Off-Road Speedway.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that before. We got the XR series coming in here. We're going to practice on Thursday night, and then we're going to race for 2 $5,000 to win shows on Friday. And Saturday, we're going to run for 100,000 to win and 2,000 just to start. They bring their rig in here, and they rent the track from us, and they put up the money, and we put on the show for them. And we're going to have a split the pot thing coming up in June. We're doing it right now for our World of Outlaws super late models coming in, and that'll be guys like Chris Madden and Shepard and all these guys that the late model people know their names, of course. And we got to split the pot, which already up to, I think, $6,000, and we're shooting for 20,000. So, like I said, some lucky winner, whether he be in the stands or whether he be, in the racetrack, they don't have to be here to buy the split the pot tickets. They're $20 a piece. We sell them by the book for $100 if you want to do that. And like I said, some lucky guy is going to probably go home with $10,000 in his pocket. That's a pretty big deal. They won't let me buy tickets, so I guess I won't be able to win at any. But
yes, so you have us, and then week after you have XR, and then later on you have the World Outlaw late models coming there too, don't you?
Yeah, they got the World of Outlaws coming in. And that's the one we're having to split the pot on. We have 3 nights of 360 wing sprint cars, which is the Melbourne Bank sprint cars, and then the MTS cars, I think that's what they call them up in South Dakota, come down every year. And there's always 20 to 25 of them. And man, do they put on a show on this high back little third mile. I mean, there is slide jobs almost every lap. it's just awesome. I mean, they turned the track, and track record I think is 12.7 seconds for the sprint cars. So you better not go to sleep because you'll miss it. I think we run. Definitely. I think we run them 30 laps. The SLMR's coming too. We've had the SLMR late models here. Almost once or twice every year for quite a few years, and they always put on a good show. And we've got some really good, talented super late model in that SLMR group that show up too. So we've got some really good racing. People don't really realize that. We got a town of 25,000 people, and I sit around and I talk to them and they say, "Well, I've never been there. I've never been there," and it just amazes me how people don't come out once a year or something that would watch something like this for a spectator. They're awesome, regardless. Oh, there goes one. See, right around the corner. If he just kept going, he'd have kept on moving. But
right.
I don't know what's going on. I think our racetracks around here are stable, but there's so much other stuff going on. It's crazy. We're trying to get new people involved in racing, and now this year in our late model class, Jim Johnson, he's going to kind of retire, and he's going to bring his 14-year-old son. He's going to start racing late models at 14, and he's going to be really good. So, we always trying to find new people. We tried that sport compact class, and they cheated so bad and got so expensive, we just canceled them. So anyway, we have the best food. I'll put up our food against any racetrack in the area. I mean, I will. We have the barbecue rib program with potato salad that's got a patent on it. I told you before. Nobody else can make or sell this potato salad except us and the 90-year-old gal that invented it. And unbelievable. But we have a barbecue platter, and I mean, everything is made fresh before you even, when you get there, you don't get it wrapped up in a foil and throw it out there to you. And so we're really happy. Track's only 8 years old. We work with it every year. This year we're putting up 12 or 14 LED lights out there. If you see here now, the track's not lit very bad. I think the track is lit, pretty good now, but we're going to try to improve that again. So, we're going to put up 12 LED lights. We just bought, you've heard of, these graders, not graders, but what do they call them things that tear the track up? I'm
like old. Lele or something?
I'm brain dead.
Like a tillage equipment or what?
Yeah, it's a tillage equipment. And but we bought one that was 20 foot long, and he redoes the track in between times, and he does the whole thing. It'll tear it up about an inch, and we just pack it right back down and water it, and so the track is always fresh. And Lily Rotera is what they are, and they really work good for us. And our track people who take care of our track are very, very personable people. They're very proud of what they got. I mean, if something needs to be done to that racetrack during the races or between heats or whatever, it gets done. We just don't let them go out there and and run on rough, bumpy tracks or stuff like that with holes in it. And we're kind of like Algona over there. The tracks are always pretty dang smooth. So we're pretty proud of our facility.
That's what we see, 3-4 wide racing the whole way through. And something else we mentioned earlier about the facility is not only the standing room only and the great barbecue food and concession stands. You mentioned the great bathrooms, but you pull in and there's an awesome campgrounds and then an on-premises bar. So we can all drown their sorrows out or have our celebration beers afterwards.
And that's what I said, before. The losers go over there to drown their sorrows, and the winners go over there to celebrate. And so we have a good time. We got a good bunch of people. I mean, we've got racers that's been racing 20 and 30 years and still going. We got the Osborne family, for example. You know, he's been racing for, God, I don't know, 30, 35 years. And now his son races. And so we're very happy with the people we have in the facility. It's only, 8 years old, I think. So it's pretty new. We're tickled.
Yeah.
And we're happy to have you guys. We really are. I make some money off you guys. So, I want you to know that. It would be kind of nice, I could use a little more sponsor money on that night. I'm looking at you, aren't I?
I knew he'd go there, Scott.
Yeah.
He's been pushing me. Jerry's so much fun. You're great.
It's great to go up there and to experience that and challenge what's such a stout stock car crowd up there. And like Jerry says, the facilities are great, but the people are great up there too. You race hard, but you have fun doing it, and everything about it is a lot of fun.
I agree. So anyway, we're tickled to have you. It's a great organization that you have. You keep it up, and with the sponsorships that you have and the points fund that you have, it's good to see that in other classes other than late models. All
Jerry,
these guys spend money, and I want to do something like that for the hobby stocks. These are workers that build these old cars, and they come out there and they try their dongest, and and if they can win $200, they're tickled to death. And these hobby stocks now, my God, man, they're costing what, $15,000 to $18,000, $20,000 a piece. I'd like you to see start a hobby stock deal where the hobby stocks pay $1,000 to win and $150 to start or something. And so that would be the program I want you to start.
We got to put that one definitely down. That's a good one for sure.
Right.
Jerry, we mentioned earlier when nobody was listening how to get our extended warranty phone numbers taken off the list. We were going to put yours on there. But what was that phone number if somebody wanted to buy one of those 50/50 raffle tickets?
Oh, it's 402-841-0165. I'll say it again. It's 402-841-0165. And call me and we'll line up something and get you those raffle tickets. And like with the XR series coming up too, I want to be sure to mention they're only going to sell 1,500 tickets, and he thought they would be sold out by the middle of March. And beyond that, you can't buy them. You cannot get in the stands. So, if some guy comes out there the race night and we're sold out, he can either go in the pits or else he can watch it, on a streaming station on Dirt Vision. So, get your tickets ahead of time. Same way with the World of Outlaws. Get those tickets bought ahead of time so you can get there. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, we're excited to go back to the Off-Road Speedway up in Norfolk, and we can't thank you enough for all your support from the word go with us, Jerry, and all the whether it be advice or telling us how dumb we were with our ideas, looking out for our best interest. We appreciate all that stuff. And we can't thank you enough, not only for that, but hell, you hung out with us tonight after I messed up the podcast too. So,
well, I didn't have nothing else to do, so other than go to bed, and that was too early. So I thought, well, I'd just listen in.
Well, at least we made it live so you can listen in now.
Yeah. All right. You guys take care. Have a good night, and we're tickled to have you.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Man, Rob, well, here we are. We've managed to be on live for 43 minutes and got Ron back on and Jerry. And I can't it's so exciting to go back there and to see what Norfolk's becoming is something that's crazy. XR late models the weekend after we're there, and then World Outlaw late models, later on in the summer, 360 Malvern Bank sprint cars, MSTS sprint cars, SLMR. And we're going to take the Stock Car Crown Summer Series there once.
I know that they don't need help up there necessarily. There's so many great tracks and fans up there. You look at Columbius and Albion, and then you're up at the Sioux City area, not too far away. You're eastern Iowa, not too far away. But it's just there's a lot of fans up there. I could only imagine that with all these new ideas that these tracks are having, including Jerry and Off-Road, that I just think racing is going to get healthier, get stronger. And so for us to be a part of it, I mean, that's awesome. And just so our viewers know, Jerry's a great guy to be around, and he has listened to 100 different ideas I had, and I'm not exaggerating. And he goes along with them, and he does give advice, what his thoughts are, good, bad, ugly. He'll tell you what he thinks. But he just understands that we're trying to help, and he wants to be involved with guys that are trying to help. So all of our promoters are great, Scott, and Jerry, and all of them tonight. Ron was great tonight. He's great to be getting to know more and more, and Chris and the crew at Shelby County. I mean, we're really lucky that we get to work with so many great people to put this all together, you know?
And that's just it, Rob. It's not you, it's not Tommy, it's not Angie, it's not me. It's the group of people that we've been able to work with the great racetracks we've been able to work with, the great racers we work with, the racers' families, our families, everybody who's been a part of this to make it what it has become, you know, from 8 races last year to 21 races, 19 different racetracks, 4 different states, $30,000+ worth of points fund money up for grabs this year in 23. It's something that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, going to be awesome. I can't wait to talk about it more and more. I know there's been a lot of things going on in the winter here for myself personally, and that's why I've been missing on a couple of the last podcasts, but some of those things are about done here in my life. So I'm excited to really ramp up our promotion for these races. And once it starts warming up, I think everybody's going to start really getting that itch. I'm seeing lots of pictures of race cars getting finished right now, or getting tore apart and really getting worked on. So it's almost here. You know, it's going to be here really quick. So I can't wait to start talking about this even more and more.
Yeah, and that's the cool part here. We're missing Ryan, and that's why we have technical difficulties. He's actually going to the racetrack here. We're at 47 minutes now. Let's just finish this deal up here before I have to switch to a new iPad or something to have some battery life. So Taylor Computers, quick time headlines for the week. Mel Hambelton Racing down in Wichita. We can't thank those guys enough for coming on board and being our title sponsor our presenting sponsor for the Stock Car Crown Summer Series. Open house 9 to 4 on Saturday. I talked with Nick last time we had the show, and they got a lot of cool things going on. Not only all the time, but this coming week they have huge discounts and deals, and they are the Great Plains Hoosier dealer. Product demonstrations, all kinds of stuff will be going on. They'll have some vendors on site. So, Rob, if you're bored on Saturday, jump down to Wichita and check out Mel Hambelton Racing, Nick, and Phil Nightingale down there. Can't thank those guys enough.
Yeah, those guys, what they're doing for us and stuff, I think it's great. We need anybody that can get down there. It's Wichita's really not that far away, so it's right down the road for me actually. So please support them. Support them in any way you can.
Something that's going to be pretty cool. We talk about the racing side and the tire side that they do, but they have like some RC ramp thing they're going to do. They've been selling RC trucks and whatnot. So heck, if you're just looking for a Christmas present or birthday present for your kid, even something there. Yeah. Serving some lunch down there as well. So again, great things going on there. Again, we can't thank Dirt Track Bank, Jay Burdick, and those guys for helping us put on the Inside Line podcast. Jay, I promise you, we had an awesome opening, and we were plugging Dirt Track Bank, but producer today, he struck out, so he forgot to press go live. So, Jay, we do love you. We can't thank you enough for all you do with the motorsports, Dirt Track Bank, Malvern Bank. You have the Malvern Bank 360s at Off-Road Speedway, SLMR. You know, we can't thank you enough for Dirt Track Bank and all the things that Jay does there. Beatrice Speedway Hall of Fame. We talked with Tommy Denton last time. Rob, you just missed all the people. You know, we had Tommy and Terry on, and Nick and Tyler Perry of TPE Enterprises, Chase and Shelby Owls from the Interstate Speedway. Daytona is this weekend. And Beatrice Speedway Hall of Fame watch party. Check it out in Beatrice, the rail. food and prizes and all kinds of fun things starting at 10 o'clock down there. Tommy Denton, a big supporter of not only Beatrice Speedway as the new promoter, but Beatrice Speedway Hall of Fame, the watch party for Daytona 500. That's happening on Saturday as well.
That'll be a great time. Those guys down there, that group, they pull together. They get a lot of prizes. They raise money. It's pretty cool to see what they do. Then they recognize every year 2 or 3 individuals that are very deserving to make their Hall of Fame down there at Beatrice Speedway. So this is a way to support them so that they can keep this up. They truly want to go back and remember the great people that help make racing great everywhere.
Yeah, such a cool deal. And again, Beatrice Speedway Hall of Fame on Saturday or on Sunday, Mel Hambelton Racing on Saturday. We probably missed some NASCAR qualifying tonight, man. It's race season, and I couldn't be more excited to get things started for 2023, Rob.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. We've got a lot coming up here. We've got a lot of stuff to share.
And we're going to continue this. Hopefully Ryan's back so that Rob doesn't have to try to be the producer next time because I failed, so I'm fired after this one. We'll let Rob go next time if need be. If not, we'll have to bring in Justin if we can't get Ryan back. So
right.
We can't thank everybody. You know, it's a weird deal jumping on here probably late and checking us out what we did here. So we're excited for 23. We can't thank Jerry Pospisil of the Off-Road Speedway enough, Chris Brown and the whole group at the Shelby County Speedway, and Ron Reefer over at the Cassuth County Speedway. Just a few of the great promoters that we're working with this year in 23, and those guys have joined us tonight. And not next week, the week after, we'll jump on again here, and we'll have some more great promoters with us and talk a little bit more about the upcoming things in racing. And Rob, I don't know about your kids, but mine have a snow day tomorrow.
Yeah, I just got a call from the school and a text and said no school. So, wow. I wonder how late they're probably going to want to watch movies, and I'm good with it until I just can't go any longer. So I'll be snoring here probably in about an hour, I bet. So
at least I saved you an hour's worth of time here before they go to sleep or you fall asleep.
Right.
We're approaching the 9 o'clock hour. Again, we can't thank Dirt Track Bank and Malvern Bank enough right here. The Chuck Cockery question of the week, those guys, let us know what your favorite Daytona moment is. Let's be honest, Rob. We miss Ryan.
We need Ryan, don't we? I think we need Ryan. You brought me back, but Ryan left and just it went to hell. So Scott, I think what you're trying to say is the only thing you're really supposed to do on this podcast is just look good, right? You're here to look good. I'm here to look good. But we need Ryan.
I failed at that too.
We need Ryan to be the brains of the operation. I agree.
Oh man, it's cool, but we can't do this without our great team and all the great support that we have again. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, thanks to Ron and Jerry and Chris for joining us, and hopefully we caught enough of everybody here to where everybody gets a little bit of information out of what's going on with these guys. And Rob, stay warm and stay out of the snow.
Yeah. Hopefully it don't snow too much, but if it does, I might be on the sled tomorrow. I don't know.
There you go.
Might be fun.
There you go. Let's do the show a little backwards since Ryan's not here. We'll play the opening to end the show tonight, and we'll have things really messed up again. Thanks for joining the Inside Line. Everybody stay safe, and thanks to Dirt Track Bank.
Back from the pole, as I put it in the wall, second lap of my heat, got a little loose coming out of 3, got it all beat up and straightened out. The boys tell me that we're ready to run now. That's a damn good thing, 'cause that green flag's waiting and I'm on the gas. I put my sweat and blood to these nuts